All right, y'all ready? Y'all need a second or what? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Just text your name. I was at the meeting.
So this is Dave, y'all.
How y'all doing?
Oh, all right, y'all. We ready to start. Y'all want?
His name Dave too? Oh no, his name Dave.
No, his name Dave. This is
No,
Rico.
my name is David Tate, but y'all just call me Rico.
Lopez.
Okay, Rico.
Puerto Rican Dave. Is it? Y'all laughing? I'm dead serious.
Hola.
But y'all don't call him that. Dave, I call Dave Sensei. So a lot of y'all call me for questions. He's one of the brothers I call often and ask questions, especially if you got something to do with mechanical stuff like that. And you call me about trucking time.
About trucking time.
Y'all probably see him down the port with containers or whatnot, or some different things. His sons are my age. We went to middle school and high school together. It's a little bit of elementary. But I remember the first time I seen Dave pull up with the Corvette. I was at the barbershop. I was a toddler. And he was truly having things his way. And brother, I really look up to him. And I value his opinion as well. He got a lot of wisdom. Well, he's been in all different types of fields and in different areas of life that I have yet to even touch. So I value his opinion. I brought him here to speak to y'all. You gonna take over?
Yes, sir. How everybody doing? That's good. Well, I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. You know, like I ain't gonna, no cut cards with me.
Don't make Dave mad, y'all.
No, I ain't gonna make you mad. Listen, but I'm just saying, there's no cut cards with me, right? This business,
Is Peanut leaving?
the trucking business,
I don't know.
is a good
Leaving,
business.
Mr. Peanut?
So as I was saying, this business is a good business. Trucking business is the new hustle. You know what I mean? If you want to get rich, you want to get money, you can get rich. I'm gonna tell you can get rich because you can. I've seen it firsthand what type of money that you can make in this field. Now, speaking of my man Dave, who do the post office thing, a buddy of mine I had running with me under my company, we was doing the post office work. My son got his own truck. I put my son down the post office for 6 weeks, and he made almost $40,000 in 6 weeks. So now the crazy part about that is, him being as young as he is, these kids get that money and they don't know what to do. You know, instead of him staying in the truck and keep on, you know, generating that money as a young man, you feel me? He just got out the truck and just got the truck set. You know what I mean? So I started my own company. My reason for starting my own company because I got a problem with authority. So when I work for people, I really don't like people telling me what to do. You know what I mean? So that's why, that was the main reason of me going out and start about trucking time. So I can be my own boss, work for myself, work when I want to work and do what I want to do. Now my company was up for like 9 months. In 9 months, my company made $316,000.
That's local.
Yeah, local.
I'll show y'all my numbers because I'm a free agent. And one of my mentors, Pimp Ken, what do you say? I play the whole board. Y'all stuck in Atlanta. I go further. So he telling y'all numbers from local numbers.
Just from being local.
How you doing, brother?
What's up, brother? How y'all doing?
How you doing, bro? Well, but he's doing now, and I've done that. I've been there. And
It gets played out.
Yeah, real quick.
I'm at the end of it.
You get tired of being out there on that road all the time, being away from your family and everything, you know what I mean? So I got tired of it and I came in. And I was like, I can make just as much money being home, you know, working 5 days a week and off on the weekend than I can being out on the road.
Point of reference.
Like 20 days at a time.
I want y'all to understand when he say make the same amount of money, he's talking about in pocket. Don't let people throw numbers out there and let y'all think that's profit. Just because you make something, you can run locally depending on how you're doing it and make less, but keep around the same amount of money because your expenses aren't as high.
Exactly.
Fuel and maintenance because you're dealing with mechanics you don't know trying to rip you off.
And the best thing, if you got your own truck though, just like a car, you know what I mean? You learn how to work on it. You know, and nowadays with this Google and all this stuff, you know what I mean? And what's that?
YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube. You can YouTube pretty much anything. Like me, before I go get a mechanic all my money, I'm gonna YouTube the problem, see if I can fix it. I have done it. It'll tell you how to put all kinds of stuff on my truck. You know? Yeah, but anybody here owner operators or got their own trucking business? Okay, well that man firsthand probably know. He probably knows well too. But I got some stuff I'm gonna share with y'all.
You got your authority?
Yeah.
You got your authority too?
No, I ain't my thing.
Okay.
Okay, well that's what I'm gonna share with you. If you're trying to get your own authority, right? For the only thing you probably have to do is I got two numbers for you. Anyway, if you want to start your own business, the first thing to do is to get your LLC. And once you get the LLC, you want to, either you can go online and do it yourself and get your own, apply for your DOT and your MC. You can do that yourself, or they got companies out here that'll do that for you. And this company here is called Follies. This is one of the companies. I've been with them for 2 years. This company is a good company to deal with when you're trying to get your DOT, your MC, and all that. You call them, you know what I mean? Y'all pass it around, man.
The reason why that's important
Pass
because
it
a
around
lot
so
of
they can,
a lot
write
of
the information down.
a lot of us in the trucking industry hands-on people
My bad.
and don't
I
deal
should've
with
passed
computers a
one on
lot
that side,
and don't really sit down a lot. Like I got all that stuff together for y'all. I don't know it, and I don't need to know it. I pay people to do stuff, and y'all
Well,
can
that's
teach.
what I'm doing now. Pass it over to her so she can.
Right. I'm just showing y'all. So if you're in a position where you can't pay somebody, that you don't have to come so much out of pocket. What's going on, man?
What's happening, man? I apologize for my lady.
That's all good. It's all good. We got had some
You can
some heavy hitters.
DOT and MC, you can have that before you can have your truck, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Before
yeah.
you can purchase your truck, right?
Yeah. You definitely gotta have that first. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna be able to run your truck with it. I mean, you can get tags and run your truck locally, but you still need a DOT and an MC. You know what I mean? So yeah, pretty much. But it's not hard, man. You know what I mean? Like he said, if he can do it, I feel the same way. If I can do it, each one of y'all can do it.
One key thing y'all need to learn from him that's real important is that he's a hands-on guy.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from the authority aspect, not liking to take orders, because some of us come from different backgrounds where we got different temperaments. But he fixes a lot of stuff on his own trucks and saves a lot of money. So anytime that you're dealing with a mechanic, don't just lay there and go to sleep. You need to be watching them, because a lot of stuff, trucks are big machines. So a lot of stuff ain't nothing but a couple of bolts. You understand what I'm saying? And once you see how to do it, you can really do it. I do my own PMs. So you can't be afraid to get dirty out here.
But a truck is pretty much easy to work on.
So
It's actually easier than a car, because it's bigger. It's more room in it, and make it easy for you to get into the parts. You know what I mean? So yeah, try to, if you get your own truck, it's best to try to Google it, or you know what I mean? If you know somebody like me, hey Dave, can you help me out? Because I have people all the time. And saved a lot of money for them too, you know what I mean?
Mechanics will lie to you. There's times I call Dave and he tells me stuff that saves me, thousands of dollars. From there's some things you can't learn from a book. You can only learn it from experience.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So from being in the industry so long and around stuff, and also you've had they built houses and all type of stuff. So y'all need houses fixed and stuff like that.
Jack of trade don't master none.
Right.
But I do it all, you know what I mean? Yeah. You gotta learn. I learned it because you know what I mean, like you figure if you do it yourself, you save your money. You ain't gotta give nobody else your money. You know
what year did you get your CDL?
I got my CDLs in '93.
Right.
Yeah. No. I'm sorry, hold up. 80. I got them in 83.
What you had, a chauffeur's license?
86. Yeah, I'm old, man.
Nah, did you have a chauffeur's license? You had a chauffeur's license?
I had my CDL B license first.
Okay.
I got them through Department of Public Works, Baltimore City, because I worked for them when I came home from prison. You know
so what year did you buy your first truck?
I bought my first truck was in, I'd say it was a 95. I bought that truck. I can't even remember.
How much you paid for it?
I paid $10,000 for it. Went down to Virginia and got it.
When the last time you been to prison?
Oh man, I ain't been in prison a long time. I'm trying to stay out there, bro.
Right, but what I'm
I'm
trying
trying
to
to stay away from that,
what I'm
bro.
trying to understand. Look, y'all had Peanut
Peanut, it was, yeah.
spoke from y'all.
Right.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
And
You had
Peanut
Dave,
was different perspective.
Yeah.
right? Then you had him, but
They all three.
he from Lafayette. Then you had Dave from Highlander Ridge.
right.
Then Peanut was from what you say from Poppy Grove. So I'm breaking these are serious guys that come from serious backgrounds, and I'm marketing towards criminals because I want y'all to understand there's life after prison, and trucking will make a lot of that stuff that you have on your wish list and your desire list possible without you going back and forth to prison. So he brother come in now, Latrobe. I mean, put you on the spot, bro.
No, it's all good.
He gonna be speaking to y'all next. So don't think that we up here just telling y'all life is a cakewalk and then everything is all cool. I'm trying to appeal to the troubled people. I wish y'all, if y'all got teenage sons and stuff, y'all would bring them in. But that's why I record this stuff so they see it. One of my mentors, Gorgeous Drake, he said, once something is recorded, it stays in history forever. You know, so when we dead and gone, this stuff gonna live on. People will be able to look back and refer over the information. The same way we looking at older people doing seminars, lectures, and sermons and stuff, and making clips and stuff out of it. That's what they'll be doing to us. So this is a form of immortality because, as I said before, this is a treacherous city we live in. And tomorrow is not promised.
But yeah, like the thing is though, anybody that's trying to get into trucking, right? The time is now. You know, as of February the 2nd, you know, the government, they try to switch everything around. You know, like me and this guy, we used to meet over at East Point Shopping Center, and we used to get out there and help dudes and try to, you know, take them around the truck and show them how, you know, what need to be known on the truck, you know, pretty much about the truck. Now they making it where as though you have to go to school. You can't, somebody like us can't teach you now. They stopped that, you know, but you know why they doing it? They stop it because they got a lot of young black men and black women are getting into it. And speaking on that, what he was saying, it is a lot of females getting into driving. Actually, I was motivated by a female. I had my B license first, and I was coming down Fad Street in the city truck with my crew, and I seen this little lady, little old white lady, right? I mean, like she was little. I see her walk across the street, and I seen a tractor trailer parked over there, 53-footer, right? And I seen this little lady climb up in the truck. You know what I mean? She like she need a ladder to get up in there. She was so little. And then when I saw that and she got in the truck and she pulled off, that was like motivation to me. I was like, wow. I looked at her, I said, if she can do that, I can do that.
Side note, some of y'all shouldn't be this way, but it is. Some of y'all females gonna be a motivating factor for y'all partner. Which is a good thing, even though I don't think it's a right thing. Also, just from being around the industry, this is a small, enclosed world. So, as much as human beings as we are, you know, control your loins because you will get labeled out here. Especially if you're in the container world, that's even smaller. Trucking is like the federal prison system all over. Then when you start dealing with containers, you're talking about jail, local jail. Everybody know everybody. And even if you ain't said nothing, somebody seen something. And if somebody seen something, they said something. So I'm just you know, cause I have y'all all around benefit. You know, it's that's how it go. So especially in the male-dominated industry. And there's no way that you're gonna be able to work around males and not take a taste test every now and then. So, what you say? It's true.
When you say you did that 316 locally, is that off of a low board or a direct company?
It was off a low board.
It was off a
Low board. Actually dealing with, Dave was dealing with the post office. That's where most of the money came from.
Gotcha.
That post office will pay you.
Yeah.
But they got this thing that's called the, what's called the MBE. Minority black business.
And that's what he was talking with Dave about.
Listen, if you got your business, like I think it's you, and you said y'all had your own business. Who said they got their own business? Yeah, that's something y'all might want to look into. Because I'm saying it costs a couple of dollars. You might pay like anywhere between 26, maybe $3,000 for it. But it's something good to have because what it do, it opens doors for you. You know what I mean? It allows you to get government contracts. And them government contracts, they pay good money.
And
So, you know
side
what I mean?
note, this is marketed as 2 sessions, but it's really a continuation because it's different information. At 4 o'clock, them contracts he talking about, that's what the broker is going to be speaking on. And
Right.
there's only 4 freight brokers in Maryland. The odds of y'all ever meeting a freight broker in person is slim to none. So this really a big deal for him to come here and show how the other side of the coin works, so you can maneuver that world better.
Yeah, that's something y'all need to look into,
So
man.
it's MBEs, though, right?
Yeah, minority black entity. Yeah, you do that, man. And,
Or you
and
can
look
call
into that.
Dave. Did you get Dave's number?
I got the first day number.
Yeah, but see, he can consult you through that because he'd have been through all that, and you know.
But
What's been your the biggest challenge as far as trucking, as far as maintenance? How much you think somebody needs set aside for maintenance?
I say a little more than what Dave was saying. Dave said about 20. I'm gonna say about it's good to keep about at least about 30. You know what I mean? I'm saying 30 because the major component of your truck is the engine and that transmission. And we all know as truckers, if y'all own trucks like y'all say, if your motor go up, and depending on what motor you got too, because if you got a cat, you're gonna spend probably 30,000-40,000 for a new engine.
That's true.
That's just an engine.
That's true. Side
You know?
note, when we had the mechanic in the other day, Lee, when he taught y'all about the bottom end, that's a $1,800, $2,000 job.
Yeah.
If you stay on top of that bottom end, you'll never get to a point where you throw a rod. If you don't throw a rod, you're not gonna have to swap the whole entire engine.
Right.
You can just do what they call an end frame, where you just open the top and change the internal compartments of it. So if you stay on top, if you let it go all the way to the point where you throw a rod and your engine is no good, you got a hole in the side of it, then that's what he talking about. Then. But if you see how I talked about, I utilize the information from the insurance person. If y'all utilizing the information that we giving y'all, you know, every 400,000 or 500,000 miles, if you stand on top of your bottom end, it won't progress into a complete engine swap out. You see what I'm saying? So that would save y'all from having to be in that situation. Or if you purchase your truck right, the major components, engine, transmission, and rears, should be under warranty, although some of them warranty people would try to dodge their way out of it if they can. So you want to read your warranties and really ask a lot of questions.
You definitely don't want to pay that big bill.
What's the biggest maintenance issue you done came across?
Well, you know I work on my truck myself, right? So I try to keep my cars
So
down.
why you telling them they need 30 grand?
No, you keep that in your kitty. I'll tell you what, my
I'm
motor,
fucking with you,
if
Dave.
my
Don't-
motor
don't
got
get-
to jail
don't get
tomorrow,
heated, Dave.
if my motor got
I
to
know
jail
how you
tomorrow,
is,
then I'm
so-
screwed. You feel me? Because I don't have that 30,000 man account.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To get that motor replaced.
No,
And
that's
they pretty
true.
high. They pretty high, man. But yeah, I try to keep my cars down myself because, like I say, I'll Google that shit and I do it myself. You know what I mean? But the most I spent on my truck that I didn't fix myself, I had a mechanic take care of, was like $2,900. $2,900, $2,900, and that was for my clutch plate.
Right.
He had to replace it for me. You know what I mean? Dude drove my truck, ain't know what he was doing, messing them gears up and broke the teeth.
What's your opinion on drivers for the ones here that's gun ho about going out and getting drivers? What's your, as far as finding drivers, keeping drivers, and is it worth even having drivers?
Well, that depends on how far he trying to go with his business. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. It's hard keeping drivers now, man. Cause I don't know, man. No offense to none of you younger guys, man, but it seems like the younger guys don't want to work,
They some
man.
bitches, ain't they?
They don't want to
I
work.
can't stand it. I don't have the patience.
They don't want to work. They don't want to work, and it's sad. You
And
know
they
what I
got
mean?
more, they act more feminine than me. I
Yes,
hate
they
that.
do.
But my
I
son,
hate that.
right?
I hate
He
that. I
like
hate that.
he made that money and he just said fuck it. You know what I mean? I'm looking at him like, yo, why wouldn't you want to keep that going?
Yeah.
You're a young man because you think about, man, I sit back all the time, I say to myself, I said, man, if I had the knowledge
that they got.
The knowledge
That's
that I
why
have
we
now,
tryna
if
bring
I
it
had
to
it
'em.
back then,
Yeah,
I'd be a
man.
billionaire.
Me too.
I'd be a billionaire if I had that knowledge back then. Because when I was out there in them streets and I was throwing them bricks, yo, I was caked up.
Dave, we definitely on camera.
Oh, man.
As he said, just not a joking matter, this some serious shit. As he
No,
said,
when I
he
say
hasn't
brick,
been
I'm
to
talking about
prison
a brick,
in a
brick.
long
I
time.
ain't talking about the brick you think I'm saying throwing them bricks like, you know, at the
Okay.
penitentiary. That's what I'm saying. I ain't saying no, nothing like that. But yeah, what I'm saying, when I was out there doing that, man, you know what I mean? It was time for a change, you know what I mean?
Right.
But what I'm saying is, back then, if I had this knowledge,
That you got now.
I'd be a billionaire.
Now
I would invest my money.
y'all benefited with having access to this information. So it don't take y'all as long as it took. We bringing 38 years, 30 years, 20 something years, my little 13 years of experience. You know what I'm saying, to y'all. And it's for people that have been around the block, been there, saw that, and actually already been where y'all at now. It's a program I'm taking now by Kevin Tritos. It's called Your Wish is Your Command. And it talks about who should you listen to. And everybody's got a program and an ebook and YouTube masters and all this, but the principle is teaching is you listen to somebody who either has what you would like to have or somebody who has been where you are and has got through it. Nobody is qualified to teach anything unless they can prove. Now, what's the saying? They got receipts. That's what they say now. But don't know. We live in the age where anybody can say anything. All you gotta do is you got one of these, and you flick it on, and people standing in front of cars they don't even own. People renting Rolls Royces and selling y'all courses that you can buy one and they don't even own one. And because they caught on to the game is hustling information. If I can get 3,000, 3,500 people to give me $300-400, that's $1 million off a product that only took me $700-800 to make digitally, not the hard copies. That's why you see so many ebooks out here. You understand what I'm saying? If you get 300-400 people to pay you $3,000 to come to a weekend seminar, that's $1 million, and then you do one every week, and you talk about 52 weeks in the year. That's what they praising is fake it till you make it. That's what I'm trying to change. They talk about being the change that you want to see. That's what I'm changing about the industries because I don't like that, and I spent tens of thousands of dollars on my personal education and self-development in order to understand what's happening. Is some of the information correct? Yes. But it's a big scheme. It's the new hustle. If they was making as much money as they claiming, they would be time consumed with the business of their business, not with the business of selling you information. All right, you selling $500 for a credit repair, not talking about anybody. You telling me you hustled up a million or two or 10 off a $500 product? How many people actually fall through fixing credit? Some of these people selling y'all trucking programs ain't got, but they only been trucking 2-3 years. They put a product together, they marketed it, and they kept pushing it and got people to buy into it. Now they reaping the benefits off of selling the information, not off of actively being in business. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I'm bringing real life people to y'all, so y'all can see the truth.
So how many people here driving though? I mean, how many drivers we got in here? You a driver too? All right, so but I mean, what's your goal though? I mean, is your goal was to constantly drive for somebody?
No, I have a problem with authority.
Yeah, it's same I have it. But the thing is though, look, my thing is when I see these little young brothers out here on the street, I done helped a lot of guys got these CDLs before that law went in effect, right? And a lot of them cats right now, they doing real good. They always see me, they Mr. Dave, man, I really appreciate you helping me out, man. This really changed my life, you know. That made me feel good that I can change somebody else's life, you know. But like a lot of people, right, that had a 9 to 5, they get used to getting up early in the morning, going in there to help that person that own that business they working
Make
for
money.
to succeed with their dream and be successful with it. but then they don't want to get up and go in there and do it for themselves.
Right.
That's what I don't understand. How can you not want to get up and go to work for yourself and make your dreams come true?
I got
You
a
know, I
question
don't
for you.
understand people, you know?
So, from somebody that been around the block and has seen the different areas, I remember the first time I seen you, you was hopping out the vet. And this was in late 90s, early 2000s. You done seen, remember, construction companies was the hustle at one time.
That was my thing.
I know. Now, trucking is the hustle at the time. How long you think it's going to be before the next phase of the next new hustle is in before this die out? Or do you even believe that this ever going to die out?
No, trucking ain't going nowhere, man.
I got my opinion. I'm just...
Trucking ain't going nowhere. Let me tell you, trucking is here to stay. Trucking is what make this world go round. Because I'm going to tell you, everything that come across that water and cross them tracks, got to hit that rubber. It got to get to them warehouses. So trucking ain't going nowhere. So that's a guaranteed job. And the thing about trucking is, you'd be surprised coming home from prison, being able to get a job like that and making more money than the average doctor and lawyer.
That's a fact. Now, here's the question. And I bring people that I have respect for because I'm learning as I'm sitting in it. And they've been around, you know, and always have, you know, had things this way. Why you think we wasn't on it back then?
Because we didn't know about it.
Right.
They kept it a secret. They didn't know about it. They ain't want us out there, minority out there driving those trucks and making that kind of money.
Right,
They ain't want
so that goes into what you just said about now that more people can see the cat is out the bag.
Yep.
And so that's why it's becoming more and more harder.
To get it.
That's why they got the SET program, in my opinion. That's why insurance rates are so high in urban areas.
Yeah.
She talked about that last time. Why insurance so cheap in Wyoming, but it's sky high in Maryland. We still in the United States and we cross country drivers.
Right.
You know, why they changing this law about you used to be able to just go and take the test. Now you have to go to a school.
They making you go to school. But see, a lot of people don't know that Allstate and what's that one, North Korea, those companies like that is connected with the state.
Right.
You know, they get government funded. So the government making it where it's okay, we shut everybody else off where they can't train nobody. We force them to go to school. Now the government's still getting their money. And everybody, you come out of Allstate, did you go to Allstate?
Yeah, I did.
Which you on about 10,000, right?
Yeah, around that.
Anybody go to Allstate when you finish that school,
paid
you gonna pay about 10 grand. See, me, I was blessed because I got mine through the city, which was my B license. And anybody, if y'all don't know it, if you get your B license, once you get your B license, you don't even have to go through the whole process of getting your A's. All you gotta do is from the trailer van wall to the back of the trailer, just to upgrade to your A license. That's all I did. It cost me $2,800.
You got a question?
No,
Go ahead.
No, it's all good.
Nah, we here for
Go ahead,
y'all.
man.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
Man, go ahead and spit it out.
I got a question though. So I work for a company called Pitt, Ohio, and it's a LTL freight.
Yeah.
And they
I
got good
know who
benefits.
they are. I know
Yeah,
they
they got
racist
good
as fuck.
benefits, and I like what they do with the 401k and
The benefits.
yeah. So I was entertaining the idea of me purchasing a truck, get my own authority, still keeping my benefits, and working that job and putting my son in that truck. I just wanted to get, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And possibly even still scale up, you know what I'm saying? But I do listen to what you say as far as less overhead and worrying about drivers and trying to, you know what I'm saying?
That's your son. That's something different.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but I'm talking about scaling outside of that as well. You know what I'm saying? What
You
would
got-
you recommend, or would you recommend me?
Can I
I
ask
know
you a question?
everybody
though?
different anyways.
You said something about the benefits there, right? Now, when you bring your own truck over there and drive it as an owner operator with them, are you gonna be allowed to keep?
No,
those
it wouldn't
benefits?
even be through them because it wouldn't even be. It'd just be my own authority and running myself, running my own loads.
For them?
Apart from not from them, not
Oh,
with
okay.
them. Just me keeping that company job
Oh,
and keeping those benefits. Just an idea. I'm saying entertaining. I ain't say I was locked in on it.
oh, okay.
So do they allow you to work? Would they allow you to work under their MC number?
He not saying
No. I would just keep my job with them.
He's saying
Oh,
keep
oh,
the
okay,
job,
I'm
but
with
just
you.
not
I see
adding.
what- I see what you're saying
And do
now.
my own thing.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
Outside of it.
I don't personally don't suggest that because the money that you think you're gonna be making off of a driver ain't what you think you're gonna be making. You better how much you making there?
Oh, 110, my first year, or 110.
That's not bad, but if you go and get your own truck and put a driver in, how much you expect to make off that driver?
$20,000.
It's his son.
I was gonna put my son in that truck, but it still got. I'm paying him $1,000 a week. Let's say $1,000 a week,
Yeah.
and then that one truck running.
You might want to get Junior a little more than $1,000. I'm just saying, because you got somebody like me coming along and say, Junior, I come along, Junior, he ain't playing fair with you, man. Take him
This is me.
You ain't gonna make about $2,000 a month off a driver.
What I would suggest is, what's gonna happen is, your job is gonna pay for the Apple truck. That's what's going on.
That's another. That's more cash flow. That's still another form of income coming in.
It's not gonna be as much as you think.
Hey, let me say something though, right? You plan on buying you gonna finance a truck?
Yeah.
Okay. See, let me say something right about that too, man. My truck is paid for. I had 3 trucks, all paid for, right? And see, nowadays, right, these older trucks are the better trucks.
Yeah, right.
See, these newer trucks that you plan on going to finance, it's gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you pretty much.
So I don't finance a truck.
So
You ain't
go.
gonna make about $2,000 a month
It's
off
still not
off
gonna be
the
that
driver.
much. That ain't, it's not.
Well, can I say something real quick?
I'm not. Hold on. So hear me out real quick. Hear me out. I'm not understanding. If I was to quit my job and I just do it, you saying I'm losing by paying a driver?
No, if you quit your job, you gonna be making more money.
You gonna make more money.
Yeah, because you driving the truck yourself.
But if you put somebody else in there and you working,
They gonna cost
So
you
all
more.
this is for this is for one. So my whole thing is this, right? How do I become a JB Hunt? How do I become a Western Express? How, you saying don't scale up?
Honestly,
That's what I'm saying.
they
You said don't
give
pay
you
a
the answer.
driver.
You gonna have to drive for yourself, man, to start out because
Yeah.
putting somebody in a truck,
yeah.
it ain't gonna
That's
start.
what I'm
Okay,
saying.
all right.
Not doing
I don't want to dim your light, cause that ain't what I'm
I'm not
about.
looking for no light. I'm just looking to do.
No,
Should
this-
scaling
this-
up be an option?
Brother,
Should
just
it be
tell
an
me for a
option?
second.
I'm just.
You have ambitions to get hired. Okay. There's money in trucking. You can make money off of trucks. It's not going anywhere. The biggest issue you're gonna run into is finding and keeping drivers.
Right.
That's the problem.
So the only way you can scare a truck without a driver is a gun without a bullet. It just looks shiny.
Right.
You can't do nothing but wave it around. All right. You're gonna have to find a way to constantly bring in drivers, or you're gonna have to have a large network of people that's constantly referring drivers to you. That's one of the benefits of being in rooms like this. Because say you used to call me and say you needed a driver, I can send out a message, and that's gonna go to a couple thousand people, and they will all be looking for drivers for you. If you was giving them a referral or whatever the case is, as opposed to you trying to do it on your own. It's that more people are open to the idea of having their own truck. All right, you need to get close to people who own multiple trucks that you really can confide in and allow them to tell you the real truth about how their life going. Until you see that, you ain't gonna understand. You talking about the JB Hunts and all of them, they've been grandfathered into a lot of these laws, a lot of insurance things.
Right.
All right, and got in much earlier. Can it happen? Yes. Are you gonna be able to do it by yourself? It's highly unlikely. Can we do it together? Yes. There's enough people in this room to buy a truck every week for a year. That's 50 trucks. It's not gonna happen alone.
Right.
It can happen as a unit,
Gotcha.
but as people, we got some things we got to work through in order to be able to trust each other, or to not be counting each other's pockets, and to allow us to work together. There's some internal work that has to take place because we got a lot of shit with us. That's why every time there's a funeral, there's always a fight with it. Every family reunion, every family vacation. That's why you got so many single parent homes. That's why a lot of brothers and sisters don't get along. A lot of rape took place and people sweeping stuff under the rug. A lot of people stayed with men and ignored their children because they ain't want to be alone. A lot of people grew up with fathers in prison or strung out on drugs or mothers. And I could go on and on.
Yeah, no question.
Can it happen? Yes. Is it likely for you to do it on your own? No.
Gotcha.
It will have to happen as a collective effort,
Gotcha.
which this is the spark of, and it will take time. Getting trucks is easy. I know how to get 100 trucks in a year, bro. That's not hard. Once you get a certain amount of trucks, they don't even require money no more.
Another thing to look out for when you're out there working for them companies and you decide you want to go out and get your own truck, you got a lot of companies out there that offer you the lease program. You don't want to mess with that. You don't mess with it, man, because
Not long term.
It's a setup.
It's a good
setup.
boost if you want to hurry up and get your money up
Mhm.
fast.
Zero walk away, no penalty.
Make sure you get a walkaway lease.
Yeah, I got you.
Walkaway lease. I mean, if you ain't happy because they not letting you make any money or you not going to places you want to go, because as an owner operator, you can turn out any loads you want. You ain't got to take what they want to give you. But the thing is, though, they try to get you trapped and paying for that truck. You know what I mean? Really,
They not gonna allow you to finish the lease. When you get closer to
Exactly,
the end of the lease,
exactly.
they gonna start get finicky with the loads. The
Yes,
whole
sir.
game is
Yeah.
a bait and switch. I toss you a pack of dope, get a dope fan to go hit the stash. Yeah, but I'm talking hypothetically. Even when you talking about in the Bible, he spoke to fishermen as fishermen. He talked to carpenters as carpenters. I'm using this as an analogy. It's no different than somebody fronting you a pack to go hit, and then they get somebody to go hit the stash. Now you owe me, but I'm gonna front you another pack so you can work it off. Whole time I'm the author of confusion. You see what I'm saying?
That's what
They
it is.
playing dope boy games. They giving you trucks. You're not gonna finish the lease. All is all.
Exactly.
Then they keep reselling the same
Yeah.
truck over and over and over again.
They make crazy.
What
money
it's
off
good
one
for
truck.
is to understand that up front. Get in it. Get your 2,500, 3,000, 3,500 a week. Save up your 10, 15,000 so you can get your own truck, get your trailer, activate your authority, and get out of there as a staff and grad. You get in there and don't do it no more than 6 months. And if you've been sold a book of lies, don't get these companies no more than 6 weeks. I've never lost money with them. I've always made money with them. But some of them recruiters will sell you a dream to get you out there. If you after 6 weeks, if you ain't seen that 3,000, 35 up to 4,000, depending on who you are, then don't do it. Also, it depends on who you are as a person. Dispatches, it's a hierarchy. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. It shouldn't be like that, but it is. You one of these guys or girls get out there, I'm not taking this load. I gotta go home. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I got court. Oh, I got parole. Oh, I had a vacation. I hired a guy, talked all this shit, then got hired, and then I forgot I got vacation in a week or some dumb shit like that. This is why I don't deal with it, because of my own personality, and I spent a lot of time with myself to understand me. I can't tolerate it because it puts me in jeopardy of doing things that I don't want the consequences of. That's why I don't deal with a lot of people. I told y'all before, I'm making the sacrifice to come here and be around y'all because I want to help y'all. But can it happen? Yes. Is it likely by yourself? No. Can you get a bunch of trucks? Yeah, it's not hard. You can scale up to 10 trucks in a year by yourself. Once you get your first truck rolling and you dealing with, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a week, then you can present paperwork that will allow you finance it. Once you get up to about 3 trucks, you won't need money no more. They'll start giving you equipment. But I don't suggest doing that either, because if you're gonna have drivers, you're gonna want your overhead for the equipment under $1,000. I don't even suggest paying for it because people so flighty. Alright, they'll go work for the man for years and show up on time for Mr. Charlie and all this. But with you,
They always did.
you buy one chain, they worry about I'm making you rich. I don't want to work so hard. But she'll go over there and do them.
Now, I think I heard you mention, or what was it? It might have been a brother that got the interstate hustlers. One of y'all had mentioned something about the leasing programs where
I've mentioned it before. I'm not sure.
it's not even a leasing program. It's not through a company that haul freight, just a leasing.
Well, there's different types of leases. There's leases where you can do a lease option with a company, where you have the option to buy it. Then there's a lease purchase where you can. It's sort of like a rental, and then when you get to it, you can either have a balloon payment or what. That's
not on
a-
your credit, right? You said it won't go against your credit.
Depending on what the company is. That's a decent thing if you're going to drive it. I don't suggest doing that for drivers.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Driving.
Because here's the problem with drivers, it's a revolving door. They come and go.
Yeah.
And it's going to depend on your tolerance level. Like her, she said she don't like authority, like guys like him, like people like me. You know, it's not for everybody. Can you make money doing it? Yes. But don't set yourself up and get in a trap and go and have all this high overhead and then drivers start leaving. And another thing about that, just from experience, there's a such thing as paying somebody too much. Because if you take somebody that wasn't making a whole lot of money and start giving them too much money, then they start thinking they rich. And where they had nowhere to go but work before, now they got things to do. Now it's Monday and they've been in the hotel with a crack hole all weekend and they not answering the phone. No offense to nobody. Or now they got this vacation to go on, or they was turning up all night popping champagne with money that they don't have. And now the work ethic is going down because the hunger is gone. That's why if you talk with some serious guys that's seasoned off the record, they'll play the money game to allow you to get a little hungry. Because they understand if you get too much, you gone. Same way pimps do. Control the money. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Same game, different thing. Next question.
Yeah, I wanted to add to what you was saying, right, about scaling up. If you don't, if
Go ahead.
Cool.
Nah,
I don't
cause you
think
speaking
it's-
next. This
Yeah.
Byron, y'all, he top dog.
No, I'm not.
No,
Humble.
I
I
just,
like it.
it's nothing wrong with, in my opinion, ain't nothing wrong with scaling up if you had the right system. You know, once you get the right system, sometimes it's easy.
Peanut, come ahead, man. We ain't gonna be able to put this thing together.
Okay.
Nah, Peanut, you too. You next. But come on, Peanut. We can't do this without your wisdom, bro.
I'm gonna just say this.
Nah, you too, Byron, because you the next speaker. But I need Peanut in the room.
First one, I just wanted to add to what he was saying as a question, but just to add to what he was
Yeah.
saying about scaling up, because everybody had their own opinion on scaling up.
Yeah.
And I heard what y'all said, and I think I understood what you were saying. You said could it be like JB Hutt or whatnot. I think it's possible, right? But it's a process, but you also just have to have the right system. So when you have one driver, you'll know when it's time to add another one based on your work. And you know, if you got a contract, you get consistent free. Then that'll let you know if it's time to buy another truck. Do I have the space to hire right now? Not just, buy a bunch of trucks without having a system in play, meaning knowing you're gonna have reliable freight. Because you got reliable freight, you can find a driver. Sometimes if you're scrambling every day on the load board, it's gonna be hard to keep them trucks running. You know what I mean? But I like the way you're thinking. I think that's correct, in my opinion. You want to scale up eventually, so we don't have to always work so hard. You know what I mean? So that's just my opinion.
And
I appreciate it.
and I agree with what he's saying. And I agree with your ambition. He said the system. So when you talk about systems, you're talking about teams. You often hear people that reach high levels of success, they talk about their team. They got serious teams. Remember when I was talking about you could do it but not by yourself? System, teams. Remember when I was talking about us as a people being broken, having internal work? You have to form a team, a group of people, which we scouting. You understand what I'm saying? It's more to this than y'all see. But we all come from tarnished backgrounds. You know, I'll be the first to say it. So aside from our own personal shit we got to deal with internally, we gotta deal with shit, learning how to deal with your shit. And I'm just learning how to deal with mine. And that's where confusion come in. And then when you start putting money into play, and then when you start talking about people from violent histories, no nonsense people, you gotta, that's when I was talking about earlier, when we first started, not wanting big crowds, wanting a few dedicated people, because the mission gotta be more important than anything else. If the ambition is to get a bunch of money, then if it was about getting a bunch of money, I wouldn't be here. Aside from what I'm spending to put this whole thing on, this costing me a few $1,000s, aside from spent money. So the mission gotta be bigger than everything, and people need to get some type of relationship with God. so they can start accessing some grace
Let me say this real quick.
and allow their mind to be reformed so you can cooperate with others. Why we don't have no long-standing clubs? Every 3-4 months they shut down. That's what I'm talking about. There ain't no money involved. You talking about 5-10 million on the table.
Let me get them this information real quick.
Go ahead.
Hey, look, I just wanted to pass this thing on to y'all. If you're trying to get your LLC, it's called Taylor Brand. TAILOR. Taylor Brand. BRANDS. It's one word. TaylorBrand.com. That's if you're trying to get your LLC.
I know
Why-
only costs like $800.
No. What, for your LLC? No.
LLC only cost about
Put an S in there
$200.
somewhere, didn't you?
How?
You put an S.
Yeah, Taylor Brands. Yeah, brands at the end.
Brands. Oh,
Big
okay.
brand. Yeah, BRANDS.
You
Brands.
can get your LLC for $200. You can get your MC for $300.
Did you spell Taylor TAILOR?
What's your name, brother?
I put an S. My name?
Yeah.
Aaron.
I don't want you to think I'm saying it's impossible. What I'm saying is, in order for it to happen, there has to be a system in place that's followed by a team of people that's dedicated to the mission, and not so many people that's out for self. You know what I mean? People, I know that people that took their stat codes and went and ran loads undercover. Now they got big chassis bills and lost containers and stuff underneath their name. You know what I mean? Employees that have left companies and went and tried to do undercover stuff with people information.
You run reefers?
No, I don't actually. Real quick, I want to touch on a little bit of all that real quick if I could say something to you guys.
You can say, we here for y'all.
Right, that's what's up. There's a young man right here. Like he said, scaling up is a good thing in a way and a bad thing. But you was touching on it just now. You gotta get the right people.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did was, I came across some people that was jumping in the game at one time. I knew nothing about trucking 3 years ago, right?
Right.
So I jumped in the game at the right time when Amazon was popping. I mean, it was paying people.
That's dead,
You know what
man.
I'm saying? So I got a couple of trucks together, got drivers, young drivers coming out of school, skilled up in the Penske, let them rate me, let the drivers come
That's the
through.
least you talking about.
Right, so you get drivers, a lot of drivers. I had 12 trucks in under a year. Like you said, you can scale up fast.
It's easy.
But the thing is the drivers that you get. You understand what I'm saying? I was getting young. I'm thinking, me mentally, this is something for us as black people to come out of a mental slavery.
Exactly.
You
That's what I'm
understand
talking
what I'm
about.
saying? So we don't want to continue being on the process of going to work, working for the man, getting up. We want to do our own thing as we should, because we go get to that point as black people. But when you look out for your black people, they don't always look out for you. So,
And that's the internal stuff I'm talking about.
that's the internal stuff. So I got 12 black men and 2 women, don't get me wrong, working for me. They tear my shit up.
That's the maintenance
They
I
knock
was
their
talking
mirrors
about.
off,
You got
they
stick shifts or
flipping
automatic?
shit, doing all this
Right,
shit.
just because they knowing the game.
Right.
Remember earlier when I was talking about your growth go down, your maintenance go up, then you find yourself. Listen, I came in the game with the same ambitions, bro. I'm here to give you the raw. That's what I'm here for. You want a big bottle of. Look, I'm here to give you the raw deal.
It's not the
This was
discouraging.
really happening. I'm not selling you a well manicured, dressed up program so you can give me some money. That's what they're doing. Go ahead, bro. You gonna need a team, but you need to learn from everybody's experiences, because the trucks and equipment is easy. Freight is easy. The issue you're gonna have is drivers. Why is there an issue with drivers? Because we don't want to work for if he look like me. That's the problem.
We don't give each other enough respect to do what we
You know how much it was hurting niggas to see me shining like I was? You talking about that silent envy? I thought I escaped it from the streets just because I was always prosperous. Ah, that shit follow you all the way. And it comes out in little bitch ass ways. You understand what I'm saying? All right, you got it. Go ahead, cause I might.
Well, I'm just basically because I don't have my CDL. I never drove a truck. I drive them now, moving around in the yard. I work on my own shit because I get down there and run it. I never had a CDL license because I just jumped into the game. I took a little bit of money out of some retirement stuff I had, 401k, I was working in the hospital, I did some shit. So I took that little money and started my thing. So what I'm saying with that, you don't always have to be a driver to get in there. You could pick workers to work.
I suggest you have a CDL for situations like that.
No, you should. I think that you should. I also, because there's times when these young
They
people call
unreliable.
me like, yo, I can't make it. Like, yo, you got an hour before time to get to that load. What do you mean you can't make it? You know what I'm saying? So something like that, I could have probably jumped up and got it myself. But that's something I gotta work towards. And I was gonna ask you the question about going just to take the test to get my CDLs. I know you said in February they stopped it where you can't do it.
Yeah,
You gotta
you
go
got-
But no, you still can go to MBA and take the test.
And for the record,
You
I'm a
gotta get
certified.
verified first.
I'm a certified
Yeah.
trucking school, so we can get together
We
on
get
that.
that, and that's why I'm here. So I'm here to make connections.
That's why we
with my
out here.
people. And I didn't learn about you till this morning at 7 o'clock this morning. My daughter called.
Hey, y'all.
Real talk. So my daughter hit me up.
That
because
shit worked on it. Master P told me that. The power of
I had other
brainwash.
dudes in the game with me that turned their back on me because I lost my company because I put a young dude that knew a dude in the truck with me. He on the phone texting. Come to find out, I didn't run his license. I didn't check him. He had a suspended license. He got pulled over in the weigh station. My company just insurance time to renew. They're like, nah, we ain't fucking with you.
You should have been here last week. We had the insurance lady. I gave you her card.
Alright, so
And
look.
I'm a certified trucking school, so we could iron
You
that
know,
stuff
link
out.
up. So I'm hard now. I'm on it. Got my life, got my insurance back, got my company running. Realized the fake ass niggas that was supposed.
Do
to
you
be
still have
handling
those
me,
trucks?
I still got. Yeah, I got my. No, at that time I didn't have no trucks, but I got my trucks from that point.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I did lease some trucks though. I got probably raped for going to lease trucks, but I was thirsty, so I went to OTR leasing, did some leasing things like that, put my trucks on the road, and now I got like 3 trucks.
Yeah.
But another thing that we have to understand is that we have to educate each other, and I appreciate the fact that you're doing what you're doing, because like the FMCSA, you gotta know your safety score.
Yeah.
Because I had these dudes running box trucks for me, getting pulled over. I'm not knowledgeable to it, but my safety score is going up.
That's another part of the game. Our first meeting, I had a state trooper was supposed to come. He backed out. He got the. I'ma believe that what he said was true. He said he got the coronavirus.
Right.
But I'm gonna be bringing
But
a
what
state
we need
trooper
to
in
know
to
is
speak to
that
y'all about that.
when you get your own shit, your safety shit is very important.
Yeah, it is.
Because you don't check it
Yeah.
unless, like the other dude Peanut said, if you don't sign up for that and get those notifications,
But that was
Hey, let me speak on that for a minute, right? What you saying, right?
That was definitely big.
You're absolutely right about, your DOT stuff being in tech, right? Because listen, as of now, that's why my business is deactivated.
because of your score.
Because I did what you did. You feel me? One thing in this business, y'all, is this, right? If you start a business, you can't go in this business saying, I'm gonna look out for my homeboy, I'm gonna look out for my sister, I'm gonna look out for my brother. Because let me tell you something, right? They the ones gonna tear you down. My homeboy had his own business. One of his drivers went down the road, crossed the road, went over to the other lane. He hit 4 cars. Out of the 4 cars, one of the cars ignited, and the family, it was a family in the car, they burned up and they died.
Wow.
So they sued him.
Right.
So now he can't own a business for 10 years.
Right.
So me, being a friend, I
They
just
got him
started
for
my
10
business.
years?
Yeah, they got him for 10 years. He can't have his own trucking company for 10 years.
Wow.
Right, so anyway, me being the friend that I am, y'all know this boy a long time. I said, you know what, man, listen, you can come over here and run under my authority. But being a homeboy, I ain't do a contract.
Right.
I ain't do none of the proper shit I supposed to do because you know why? He was a homeboy.
Right.
But that backfired on me.
Yes, it
Because when you own your business, the first 12 to 18 months, DOT coming.
Oh yeah.
They coming.
The first 3 months they gonna audit you.
No, it's 12
Nah,
to
it's
18
the
months.
first, nah, it's the first
12, 18
yeah,
months?
18 months.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
first 3
they got
months,
me in 18
the
months.
state troopers had me come in and do an audit.
Right, but how long was it before you filed your authority between when you activated it? Because some people will file the authority and don't activate it till later when they get the trust and all that.
That happens too, because as you know, I was going to touch on that when someone said they could get their authority, and you need insurance to get your authority.
No, you don't. You need insurance to activate your
To activate your authority, right? Once you activate it,
you got 21 days.
You ready to make money, right? You want to make money, so this is the plan that we got to put together, and we got to let the brothers know that when you put it together, try to have your insurance money ready, because now you're ready to make some money. Let's get it going. Don't hold on to it, because we hold on to some shit, and we hold on to it for a long time, because we're going to continue in the slavery mindset. I gotta go work for this. But when you're working for it, what you doing? You also paying bills.
Right.
You also taking care of the kids.
So just to not to I'm gonna have to step in right now and exercise some authority. We got speakers coming in, all these brothers are making money. They took some. You a man, I respect you as a man. I'm not saying that you no less than me, just to be clear. But right now, I'm responsible for people time, and they took time out of their day to come show love for me because we are showing love to y'all. Got 2 speakers waiting. We're gonna move on. Byron gonna come. Byron is I introduce him once we come in, and you head on when we 2 o'clock. The pieces and stuff gonna come. We gonna dialogue because one of the things you see the mafia do a lot of times, they eat together and they talk.
Right.
We don't talk to one another. That's why a lot of people go off the Richter scale a lot of times because they hold too much stuff in. But that's another one of my specialties. That's why my one-on-ones are so important.